and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for a Barça news roundup. And this one truly is jam-packed with the latest, because we're going to be talking about wage reductions that we're hearing right now. We're going to be looking into, again, those infamous 4 renewals issued by Bartomeu. Those are under the microscope. We're also going to be talking about Nico Gonzalez, who appears to be heading out of the club this summer on loan, and we're going to be discussing that decision along with Bernardo Silva, who is closing in, is he, on a move to Barça? It is all coming your way. Get ready, because let's do this. Because today's Barça News Roundup does come to you courtesy of the OneFootball app. And again, guys, I very much encourage you, stay updated there, because there is lots going on here, and especially now as we enter the all-important final period of this summer, there's going to be so much going on, and you can catch all of the latest news right there on the app. And if you want to download that, that is in the description down below, and I really do appreciate there the support from OneFootball, and indeed, of course, from you guys. But if we do indeed kick off with those wage reductions, because let's go back to yesterday with what we discussed there about Barça believing that they found criminality in the 4 contract renewals Bartomeu handed out in October 2020. Frenkie de Jong, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Clement Lenglet and Piqué all under the microscope there for the renewals that they received in that time. And I do also just want to make it absolutely clear, guys, this is not an attack on Frenkie de Jong from the club. This is not just about here singling out de Jong as one of those. It's about the whole team. It's about the whole club. What we are seeing here with the decisions that are being made, this is about all coming together as one and making the right decisions, and about the club having contracts that are within their means, that are contracts that are legal and what we can afford. And this is about everybody, because obviously one of those renewals was for Clement Lenglet. Now, not a lot is being said about that right now, basically because he's out on loan, he's at Tottenham, they're going to be paying a majority of his salary anyway, so that's not really seen as a priority for the club right now. But look at Piqué, things are happening. You know, reportedly already he's told the club he will actually invalidate that contract and sign a new one. And he will sign there reportedly on very low terms, and also reducing his end of contract bonus, which was believed to be there a really significant number. So Piqué there making steps there to really reduce his salary. Marc-Andre ter Stegen is another one. The club has spoken directly to him about his contract situation, and ter Stegen apparently, he has also told the club he's willing to meet with them. He is willing there to negotiate and find a mutual solution there that works for both parties. But unfortunately, when it then comes to de Jong, things aren't quite progressing in the same way here, because apparently the club actually told de Jong about what they found in that renewal, about the situation with his contract before the USA tour. And I think what's happened here is the club feel as though in the time that has passed, nothing's really happened. No real step has been made there by the player. Xavi has spoken to him apparently. Laporta has spoken with Frenkie, but there has been no willingness as of yet to do anything with that contract. So I think as of right now, the club feel as though, okay, we may have to take this further. It's a last resort. It's not something that we'd want to be doing here, taking this legal action against any player, but something has to be done. If there is criminality there, if these renewals aren't really what they seem to be by the previous president, we have to do what is best for the club. You look at what Busquets is going to do. He's the club captain. He's going to take it upon himself there to drastically reduce his wage for this season, again, to help out the club. And in terms of registering these new signings, in terms of building here a competitive Barca, which should be what every player wants. Every player who plays in this team should want the best players here, the best chance of succeeding as a footballer, of putting trophies in that cabinet and in your cabinet as well, to succeed at a club that's moving in the right direction. But in order to do that, in order to get everything coming together, we all have to pull in that same direction. Now, in terms of transfers and indeed outgoings, we do have to talk about Nico's current situation, and it all basically revolves around Miralem Pjanic. That is basically what has happened here when it comes to Nico, because Pjanic has really impressed Xavi in pre-season. He's shown a lot of quality in the way that he's played. Xavi knows that he can really be of use to the team. And, we know that Pjanic is a good player. We know that he has certain characteristics that can be used in a Barcelona team. And crucially, he is yet another player who is willing to make a sacrifice on his salary. He wants to stay here, he wants to play here, and in order to make that happen, he is willing to make that sacrifice, and because of that, the club are happy to keep him. They are happy to use him there. Xavi is more than happy to have him in his plans as sort of alternative to Sergio Busquets this season, and that means that maybe for Nico, the best option this season is to go out on loan, because what we want to avoid with Nico, with the quality that he has, with the potential that he has, we don't want to waste that. We don't want him to be sitting on the sidelines for the season, not getting regular football, not developing in the way that he should be. So right now, Barca have taken that step to loan him out. The player is also on board with it, and it looks as though he's going to be joining Valencia for the coming season. They're going to take care of all of his salary. There's going to be no buy option in that deal. This is strictly a short-term, one-year loan. He's not going to be staying there permanently, and this is all about development and ensuring that he gets regular football in La Liga too. Now, Gattuso has told Nico that he can be a starter in his team. Valencia, they're a bit of a turbulent club. I'm not 100%, certain that may be the right destination for him, with all things considered. But if Nico believes in it, if he's happy there with what Gattuso has promised him, if he believes that he can develop there, and Barca clearly do, then I just hope that he goes there, that he gets that football, that he continues to develop and hopefully shines, because next summer, our defensive midfield position, it's going to look very different. Busquets is in the final year of his contract. You don't know what Pjanic will do next summer, and I feel like this for Nico, it's the best step right now, a loan away, get that experience, and come back next summer ready to succeed right here. However, we are not done yet, and far from it, because we now have to talk about what is one of the biggest topics still remaining in this transfer window for Barca, because we've got to discuss Bernardo Silva, because this is a player who conveniently was left on the bench there for Man City's opening game of the season last weekend. Pep Guardiola has openly admitted that he doesn't really know. He's not sure if Bernardo will be there come the end of the transfer window, and Pep has honestly said, I won't stand in his way. If the player has that desire to leave, then we will let him go. And I just want to bring you what Gerard Romero has been saying on this deal. We know that throughout the summer, Romero has been extremely reliable in the transfer window, and this is another player that he's confident about. This is another player, another deal that he's putting out there for everybody to see. I believe he'll come. That is what Romero is saying right now, that he believes Bernardo Silva will sign for Barca this summer. He says that already Bernardo is looking for a house in Barcelona, that Xavi and Laporta have promised Bernardo that although it's taken a bit longer, a bit deeper into the transfer window, that this move will still happen. But for me, the most extraordinary part of all this is not that Bernardo is open to coming. We've known about that. Not that Man City would let him go. We know they don't stand in players' way. But actually, the fee. Because Gerard Romero claims that the reported fee that Barca will pay for Bernardo Silva is between 50 and 55 million euros. And that, for me, it's almost unbelievable. Now, I don't want to say, he's making that up. He's not. We know that he's had incredible sources throughout this summer, but that would be unbelievable for me. If we could get Bernardo for that price, I mean, that's incredible. Honestly, guys, I am waiting to see if that could indeed happen, if that would be the amount. Because for a player of his quality, and it's not even like his contract is running down or anything, it's not. And for bringing him in for that kind of money, we'll have to wait and see exactly if that happens. But I also just want to say this, because right throughout the summer transfer window, we've all been sort of under the illusion that it's going to be Frenkie or Bernardo. It has to be one or the other. We've got to choose a side and stick to it. But it's interesting what's coming out now, because reports in Spain are basically saying that it's Joan Laporta's dream to have both of them, to keep Frenkie at the club and to have Bernardo too. But what would have to happen in order to make that possible is that Frenkie reduces his salary. He would have to there reduce his salary in order to have them both at the club, and that is what is being negotiated right now. That is what the club are waiting on, and we will only find out with time if Bernardo is indeed going to become a Barcelona player. But please, guys, what I would absolutely love from you in the comments down below It's just what your thoughts are right now. What exactly is going through your mind days before the start of a brand new season off the back of what has been a crazy and incredible summer so far? But we keep going every single day, jam-packed with news, so much happening when it comes to Barca, both good and bad, lots of stuff right now. But please do let me know all of those thoughts down below. I will, of course, be seeing you soon, even though I am, yes, still on holiday. But the Barca news does not stop. And it never will. So let me know, guys. There will be more videos to come. Thank you for tuning in and for all of your support. It certainly does not go unnoticed. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.